Hello and welcome everyone. Completely random stream here, just me screwing around in KSP. Not a whole lot else. So, let's just get the sound up here a bit. Say about there. And just launch. Can I get... Nah, that won't work. That's a bit better. I've got the second screen down here right now, and it's tiny. And it's also been upscaled to 1080p, so it looks even tinier. Kinda hard to see chat on it, but I think I've got it now. Alright. Yeah, we'll set up a new drone, I think. And give it some nice combat endurance. Why not twin engine? That look weird. Actually, it wouldn't look all that weird if I do it like that. So, probably can't do it like that actually. Yeah, that'll do. Twin honking intakes there. Don't want this thing going too fast. Yeah, I'll keep the flags on there. Looks kind of cool. Got a bit of that F-18 vibe going on here. It's pretty cool. I haven't been coughing all day, and as soon as I start the stream, I start coughing. Gonna need a coffin pretty soon. Let's see. Should I give this thing AMRAMs? Yeah, why not? We'll give it AMRAMs. I mean, I've set them up to be sparrows at this point, so they're not exactly effective. You know, everything else has them, so might as well give this one. Because I've gone into the settings files for BD Armory and changed the parameters for the AMRAM so that the missile doesn't go active, as in start searching with its own onboard radar until it's only 60 meters out from the target. That's a completely arbitrary number. But basically what that means is you have to maintain a radar lock on your target until missile impact. If you lose lock at any time, missile will go stupid and you will have to fire again. Come up with a new targeting solution and fire again. Yeah, give it a whole bunch of AMRAMs. Not expecting it to really do much with it all. This thing needs a landing gear. Let's continue with the F-18 look. And have splayed landing gear that retracts aft. Yeah. Dual nose gear that retracts forward. Hornet drone. I really hate that term, drone, especially when it refers to like privately flown like multi-rotors and such, because a drone is a military unmanned aerial vehicle. That is the connotation. In recent times, however, mass media has tainted that term to basically mean any remote piloted vehicle, regardless of affiliation or intent or capability even. So you know that little foamy park fly that the kid flies down at the park every weekend. Oh, suddenly that's a drone. Oh no. No, it's freaking not. No, it's freaking not. It is a remote control plane. Simple as that. I'll have this thing really be able to look forward 2 kilometers. Actually, could I set this up? Because this is something I've yet to test. If I have... Basically, does the orientation of the weapons manager affect where the view cone is? So if I have, say, 110 degree view cone out to a range of, let's say, 1700 meters. Yeah, I'll give this thing a gun. I'll go guns within 600 meters. So, hopefully, this now means that there is a 100 degree view cone out towards the rear of this craft. IR Pancake. Hi. Random KSP stream. So yeah, back to what I was talking about, drones. So, that little foamy park flyer that the kid flies down at the park every weekend, that's a friggin' park flyer, remote control aircraft. It's not a drone. Even that multi-rotor, like the DJI Phantom, that local news crew flies around, that's not a drone. That is a multi-rotor with a camera. It cannot. It's. Let's just take the Inspire, for example. It's the $2,000 DJI top of the line media platform. That thing has a range, a maximum flying range of about a mile. It has a max flying time, a max loiter time I should say, of about 20 minutes. Where are you going to send that thing within a mile in 20 minutes? Some fire missile. Next weapon. take the United States Air Force Global Hawk, for example. That is a drone. That is an unmanned aerial vehicle for military purposes. It has a range of over 2,000 miles and a water time of several hours, and advanced sensors on board that allow it to detect heat signatures, cloud penetrating radar, all that stuff. That is a military drone. The Reaper drones, they have a range of about 600 miles, an over target loiter time of about an hour, and they have Hellfire missiles on board. That is a drone. The multi-rotor that the real estate company down the road uses to get glamour shots of their houses is not a drone. Let's see. Why will this is not Panthers? Because I don't want this thing going too fast, and because it has an all-moving tailplane, and the way it's balanced, the AI will freak out if it pulls too many G. Although being that this is game version 1.0.5, I can't change the deflection angle of the tailplane, so I would love to limit its G pull. Actually, I can, sort of, with the steering limiter, 6, 10, 8. But yeah, basically, this thing is just meant to be a target for my other aircraft. So I don't want to go too fast and freaking out and plowing itself into the ground. The rest of them do that plenty. So up we go. This mod is Vessel Mover, by the way, by the same guy that developed BD Armory. Awesome little mod. So useful if you're like me and you like placing your multiple aircraft at the KSC. What roles your drone supposed to fill? Air-to-air target practice, pretty much. Air combat maneuvering, training. Basically, it's simply an adversary, and I forgot to give it a gun. God damn it. Oh well. Let's see. Should I fly an F-111, an F-14, an F-15, or an F-4? So, Phantom, Eagle, Tomcat, or Aardvark. Let's get a pig. I haven't flown a pig in a while. So yeah, has a gun, has AMRAAMs and sidewinders. Awesome. Is that... Yay. Yep. Cool. Before we go, however... where do I do that from? I haven't... Oh yeah, it is that thing. I haven't used this aircraft in a while, so I forget how I built it. And awesome. Sweep the wings forward a bit, get a bit more roll authority. Launch. I like ICBMs too. When I first started playing this game, that was pretty much the only thing I built. Bear in mind, I started playing this game way back in the day, such that I was able to I was around for the introduction of fuel lines and struts. Yeah, think about that. I was playing this game before they had fuel lines or struts. So, let's see. We'll give a radar warning and activate the radar. Well, actually, let's experiment for a bit. I'll have the radar off, so it's just on its own short-range sensors. And guard mode is activated. Fuck. Doesn't have any fuel on board. Okay, wrong key. I want that. Infinite fuel. Let's go. Anyway, how do I play? Well, if this beauty isn't any sort of indication, I love to build replications of real-world aircraft. Whoa, wrong button. And in fact, my biggest series on DeviantArt even, and YouTube are builds of real-world aircraft like this. So activate radar warning, radome, and bring up the weapons list just because. Set trims, rotate, go, gear up. So yeah, real-world aircraft is my favorite shtick. Alright, so we'll go on station up high, I think, before we activate teams. Do I have a Discord? I don't. Short answer is no. I don't administrate my own Discord server. I am part of a different one. In fact, while I'm ascending to my desired altitude, I'll find a link to the Discord that I use. Let's show some Minecraft. Awesome. I would really like that. Let's see. Should be about. Yep, there we go. So. There we go. So that's the ID of the Discord server that I use. That is Last Level Press, hosted by Kinsmark of Last Level Press, as well as, and the main administrator is Nomad Noah. Tank nerd, just so you know. And be sure to check out the rules page before you start posting things, because Noah's very specific about his Discord rules, as well he should be. Alright, let's unload the G, switch teams, lock him up. Oh, he's going that way. Usually they go in a right-hand circuit. Alright, he's maneuvering against me because I was in his aft quarter. He's activated his radar. Fox 3. He's at 2 kilometers. He's maneuvering from the missile. And splash 1. I have bits on the scope and flaming debris out front. Honestly, I have no idea how Discord even works. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, while I reset, Noah is online. Let's see. How do I get other people into the Discord? Alright, I've just shot a question over to the channel administrator. He should get back to me in short order. in the meantime, let's load up the F-14. I haven't flown that in a while either. Under the name, it should be an invite button. I'm not an administrator of the channel, so probably won't show up for me. F-14 Maverick. Hover over the channel, the rules channel, click on the person, and plus it pops up, give it a link to it. I'm not sure. We'll sort that out at a later date, I think. Actually, I do want to get that sorted. What is your Discord tag? I can add you to my personal list, and then it could probably drag you into Last Level Press from there. So, what does the F-14 have? Side winders and AMRAAMs. Okay. Set wings for combat spread. Awesome. Alright. Set him flying. Unlock brakes. This is a big plane with a lot of parts. We'll put the radar over there for now, just so you can see this plane in all its majesty. It's not working for some reason. We'll see how we go after this combat, which should probably be more accurately termed as a turkey shoot, because I mean, it's an F-14. Can kind of kill this about anything it comes across, given sufficient range and pilot ability. Yeah, it's flying. And apparently my radar is showing up on his scanner. Yeah, I copied the whole thing and put it into friend request, so there he is. Wait till he's got visual. He's at 2 kilometers maneuvering. 2 kilometers altitude, I should say. Passing 5 kilometers range. Fox 3. Missile away. T-minus 4 seconds to impact. And boom. Right in the frickin' face. And we'll just get a sidewinder into him just because I can. Yeah, I've shot his wing off. My tag. Where do I find such things? Alright. Let's see. Disable that. Let's see. How does that work? Oh, you know what? It might have been because I was... Nope. Stream memo does not affect that. Also, I should probably state now, if you're hoping to be on stream with me, probably check those expectations at the door. Like, I'm happy to chat off air, but I prefer to keep the stream itself to just me or close friends. Let's see if I can get into an actual dogfight with this thing, huh? Because it's twice now that I've got long-range missile kills. I want to turn with this guy, goddammit! Alright. So we'll just launch him right off. Scramble. So we're in combat right off the deck. So stay behind him. Yep, there he is. Maneuvering. Wow, this guy can turn. Jeez, this guy can turn. Alright, I might have to go vertical with this guy. Yeah, he's pulling around on me. Shit! Alright. Up we go then. Come on, reach for the sky. Deactivate afterburners, just so that if he does cork off a sidewinder, I can decoy it. If dogfighting with it, use afterburners a lot. If he corks off a sidewinder and I'm at full burner, the flares won't do shit. So, I mean, it is an F-15. If I have to, I can just bug out low and scream away from him at Mach 2. But it's like 60 seconds and we're at almost 6 kilometers altitude. Right, you know what? I'm gonna just set up this. And there we go. Very nice. Let's switch from sidewinders because I don't like having that growl in my ear all the time. Jeez, this guy can turn with me. I'm at a constant 7G turn here, and he is keeping pace with me. So glad I didn't give this guy a gun. Because if he had a gun, I would be dead. Alright. Just change it up and go down. Hey, she was watching. Yay. Alright, watch the altitude. Alright, we're good. Alright. Jeez, it's on me like glue. Alright, you can't pull lead. So let's go up and over the top, huh? Maybe? Hey Shield, nice to see you. Shit, this guy is too good. Right. Break into him. Yeah. He can turn with me. Oh, the little bastard. Alright, let's go for the deck. It's still back there. Alright. I can play around on the deck, he can't. So he's either going to spear in, or just be circling up there. Yep, he lost me. Where is he? Ah, he's over there. He had to bug out. Alright. Switches on. Nah. Ooh. As soon as I get into his domain. 2 AM, can't sleep. Know that feel. Alright, switch to sidewinders. I ain't gonna pull around nearly in time. My best chance is just to stay low and wait for him to make a fatal mistake, trying to get down onto me. I might just get my wish. Lock him up. Fox 3. Fox 2 rather, that was a heat seeker. Nope. Yeah! Splash 1! Got him with the cannon. I only had 3 hours of sleep yesterday. Ouch. That hurts. I think I've got a winner with this drone, though. I have to get creative to defeat him. Alright. Let's see. What other planes can I fly against this thing? I've been trying since 12:30 AM to go to sleep. Finally said, hell with it. Go play Sims, but saw you were streaming. Yeah. Yeah, that's generally what I do too. There's only so much you can do before you just have to say, screw it. Night's ruined. Might as well just have fun. Little F4? Nah. What do we have down here? YF-104? Nah. I know what I can fly. Where is it? TO3 gyro armed. Hehe. Let's get some James Bond up in here. In the next 46 hours, youngest will be up, getting ready for school. And even though you'll probably be dead to the world, you're gonna have to get up and help him. I have not flown this thing in probably about 6 months. Just so we're clear. And let's just switch to Team B straight away. Oh, I have a contact. Lock him up. Oh boy, he is really high. Alright. Sidewinder. Immediately saw the missile launch and broke into it. That's gonna miss. Well, it hit, but no appreciable damage. He's up there high. See if I can scare him, but it's a drone, so that won't work. And he's stopped maneuvering. He can't see me. I'm right off his starboard beam, and he can't see me. Because I'm not on his radar, and I'm not in his view range. Awesome. Let's get a sneaky Sidewinder shot off. Yep, he saw the missile launch and broke into it. Because basically up here, he would have seen that there was a radar system tracking him, but he wouldn't know, like, whether it was friendly or not. But then he sees the missile launch and immediately brakes, because that's what you do when you get a missile launch. And now the fool's just playing with me. Doesn't have to get up until 8 now, but it still seems to be on the old schedule for getting up at 6. Yep, I definitely know that feel. I hate schedule changes. They are the worst for anyone, especially a kid. What the? You guys saw that too, right? You guys saw this guy just bounce a shot from my cannon. He just went patang right off his wing. No, that is not on. Sir, you got shot, you should blow up. Right, I'm sick of turning the camera, let's just do that. This is another mod by the BD Armory guy. It's called Camera Tools, pretty simple. But basically it allows you to set up any number of glamorous camera shots like this. Whoa! For dogfights or static cameras, flybys, that sort of thing. I've used it in a couple of videos of mine already. This is such a mismatch! Whoa! My rotor shift probably stalled from his jet wash, but you know, we don't worry about such things. Upshot is, he's too close for missiles. I mean, as long as the road continues, road construction isn't in front of the house, I can take a nap once he leaves for school. Oh, silver lining. Take him where you can get him. Whoa! Missile shot! Ooh, that scraped the paint. Oh man, I'm so glad I chose the gyro for this. So much fun. There we go. That's what should happen when you get shot. That's that again. Yeah. So yeah, in case you're wondering what the hell this thing even is, it's based on the MT-03 Autogyro from real life. Bit of an oddity when it comes to let's see, when it comes to aircraft design, because you know it looks like a helicopter but flies anything but. Essentially, in real life, this main rotor here is completely unpowered. The only thing the engine is connected to is the push propeller at the back. And the idea is, with the engineering and the angling on this main rotor, once it's spinning and the craft starts down the runway, the air going through the rotors spins them up, and that's how it generates lift. Essentially, because of the rotors, they've got a twist in them, so part of the rotor is being driven by the air going this way through it, and then the other part is actually generating lift down. So it's a bit weird, but essentially what it boils down to is, as long as this thing keeps flying forward and these rotors keep spinning, it will keep flying. It's like there's a dubiously true statement that a gyrocopter cannot stall, and it will not stall like a normal aircraft will. It's like if you just pull back on the stick and bleed off airspeed, it'll just get mushy, and then start to go down. And it'll just mush its way down to the ground and just bounce, basically. It's like if you're just mushing it through the air, there's only so fast that this thing can fall if it's got no power to it. So, and as long as there's air moving through those rotors, they'll keep spinning, keep generating lift, and you'll at the most bounce really hard onto the ground. So launch this guy up. Okay. So you've got a pre-rotator that spins up the rotors and gets them turning on the ground, and then your engine pushes you along the ground, gets more air moving through the rotors, gets them moving faster and faster until you finally have enough lift to just pull off the ground. And it's flown stick and throttle, or stick and rudder I should say, similar to a helicopter, like left, right, pull it, pull it I should say. But yeah, it can't hover like a helicopter can, not in the same way at least. Each gyrocopter has its own minimum airspeed, let's say, that it can maintain altitude at, and that's all dependent on like configuration, mass, load, and all that. But say you have a headwind of that speed or greater, you can manipulate the controls and the engine power and such that you're able to essentially hold position with relation to the ground when you're doing that. So it's like your airspeed might not be 0, but your ground speed is, and you might even be able to move backwards along the ground. They're very weird aircraft, but well, collision. Well, this is less than good. And of course, just like similar to the real aircraft, I've got no roll control right now, and I ordinarily shouldn't have any pitch control either, because pitch and roll control are handled by the rotor in a real gyrocopter. Just gonna switch to roll. See if I can at least mush it into the ground here. Or the water, I should say. Let's cork off that missile because I can. Ow! Should see the other guy. Anyway. So gyrocopters are a very weird aircraft. But they're extremely fun to fly. And you can do some weird stuff with them. There are actually several farmers and property owners in Australia that like where others would use helicopters, these people use they use gyrocopters because gyros can fly slower, much more stably than helicopters can. They're cheaper to purchase and run than helicopters. And while I can't hover in the normal sense, they can get into places that a helicopter might not be able to, because they are smaller than a chopper. Again! He just keeps bouncing those single shots. This guy's taken 3 missile hits now. You can see he's glowing. Found out yesterday that quiet house gives me writer's block. Once it got noisy, I was able to do some writing. I've actually, there was actually an episode of one of my favorite childhood TV shows about that. It was a weird show called Spliced. I'll spare you the exact premise, but basically one character is an aspiring writer and lots of other characters are, let's say, providing distraction just by doing what they normally do. And she basically goes on a murderous tirade, gets them all to finally leave her alone, and then suddenly, oh shit, I can't think of anything to write. And that was one of the more sane episodes of that show. And yes, I am just flying around because I can. Because I love flying this thing. Because the other oddity of a gyrocopter as opposed to a fixed wing or other rotary wing aircraft is that you've essentially got this massive lift/drag area on top, but you've also got an engine to push you through anything. So whereas a helicopter, you can get flying kind of fast, crank it over and yank it, and it'll sort of turn on the spot, it'll lose a lot of airspeed doing so. And a fixed wing aircraft, you can crank it, but you've only got so much lift that you can play with, which limits how tightly you can turn. A gyrocopter, it's got the engine to push it through anything, but also because of the way it works, the more G you pull, the faster your rotors turn. So actually, as you load on the G in a turn like this, you're effectively gaining more lift to compensate. So theoretically, a gyrocopter can maintain a higher pull of G than a fixed-wing aircraft while maintaining more airspeed than a powered rotorcraft, which is just weird to think about, because on paper that is an excellent quality for a fighter aircraft to have, to be able to maintain airspeed in a high G turn. But of course, gyrocopters are extremely slow, small, and fragile, so their use as combat aircraft is extremely dubious. I mean, I would love to see, like, military gyrocopters used as scouts. That would be pretty awesome. I mean, just, you know, bolt on a couple of, you know, 30 caliber machine guns onto the side of it, so we can do like strafing runs against infantry, and maybe give, like, because you can obviously get two-seater versions, maybe give the second crew member like A, a rifle, and B, a laser designator, so the gyro could be on station over like an infantry area, taking strafing runs where possible, but then designate the target for precision guided munitions from like an F-15E Strike Eagle or something like that to come in and blow them away. Because it's small enough that, especially if you give it a bit of treatment with a paint job or something, it's extremely difficult to pick up on radar. It can fly like in the treetops, so you're unlikely to see it at any decent range. And compared to a jet, they're very quiet. I mean, when you're pulling high G turns like this, they've got an awesome thwack, 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 thwack sound that the rotors make, which is just ha. But compared to other military aircraft, I mean, it's a lawnmower with wings, basically. A lawnmower with very, very big spinny blades of death. It's comparatively quiet. So, you know, gyrocopter scout aircraft, why not? And it's like, it's extremely difficult to pick up on radar, and good luck getting a heat seeker to lock onto this thing. So, you know, give it a couple of 30 cals. Send it against ISIS or the Taliban or something. You know, 30 caliber is nothing to sneeze at, of course. Just, you know, get the next strafing runs against, like, fuel trucks or something. Just like that. Boom. And they're so cheap, you'll be able to, like, deploy them in their, like, friggin' thousands. Just like one middle-of-the-road civilian-grade gyrocopter would set you back probably 200,000 compared to 200 million for like a Hornet. So yeah, you could. These things are essentially dime a dozen for military budgets. As for training, you know, get helo pilots who already have a basic understanding, or I should say, a really good understanding of how rotorcraft work. give them like a couple days instruction course on the differences, get them flying in it. That'll be grand. And its flying characteristics are essentially idiot-proof. I mean, the thing will not stall. It certainly won't stall spin. And unlike a helicopter, which if its engine quits, you've got about 3 seconds to make exactly the right moves or you're gonna die. It's like, if the engine quits on this, in fact, I should be set up to do that, yeah. So, I just cut my engine power in roughly 90%. We do not care. Yeah, we're going down. I mean, what aircraft wouldn't go down in case of engine failure? And just, there we go. We're on the ground. Whoa. Bring the engine back. And off we go. Oops. Bit overzealous there. So yeah, essentially, unless these main rotors stop spinning, this thing will keep flying. It may not keep altitude. It'll keep flying though. I'm going to put it down on the roof of the tracking station. This is happening. Bully who I say to anyone who says otherwise. Come on. Down we go. This is going to be rough. And boom. Ouch. There. Not exactly graceful, but I put it down. Alright. What else are we gonna do? A10. Let's get this thing up and flying. Take out that drone and then just wreck faces. Oh boy. Oh boy, frame rate. I forgot just how intensive the A10 is. Let's see, take out that top cover, cork it off. And boom. Air cover destroyed. Let's bring up the targeting ball. Because we have some precision guided munitions that need precision guidance. Let's see. GPS coordinator. Do I have any targets? No, I do not. Keep forgetting what I have and haven't done in this game because it all starts to blur together after a while. So flying tank is loaded to the teeth with weapons. Wow. How far away is that? It's like ages away. Anyway, let's turn into the fight. Let's say we put these weapons right through the front door of... Yeah, right through the front door of the trekking station. Right about there. There we go, beam rider incoming. The great thing about these laser-guided weapons is that, yeah, once it's off the rail, oh yeah, once it's off the rail, it's not locked into that target. So it's like I can adjust where this pipper is, and the missile will adjust to that. I can turn off the laser and turn it back on, and it'll readjust. So unlike the radar-guided missiles, I'm not beholden to where this laser is when I cork off the missile. I have options. And it's like, say I don't want to say I decide I don't want to destroy this particular thing anymore. I can just point the laser up, off target, and then either keep it there in the middle of nowhere or just turn it off, and the missile will just go stupid. Right, let's cork these last two off. Do a bombing run and then just open up the gow. Because only so much stuffing around a guy can do before he just needs to unload lead on something. Alright. Off they go. Bring up snake eyes, accelerate to attack speed. Full on Admiral Akbar. I think that observatory needs a makeover. Kaboom! Switches on. And right in the front door. Snake Eye, high drag bomb is away. And boom. Just because I can. And I especially love about this build of mine how I managed to get the engine note almost exact. I mean, that high-pitched scream of these engines, like a banshee wail. It's awesome. Drop one into mission control there. Oh yeah. And you might see all this weird plating everywhere on this thing. That's its armor. I actually gave this thing armored plating. And let's bomb the launch pad, put that out of commission. Yeah, launch pad's hard to destroy. But essentially, like, this plating here is designed to just friggin' take ground fire. This stuff up here is a bit more meta. It's designed to dissipate heat, because that's how the BD armory weapons work, is they impart heat on parts to make them fail. But if I can dissipate that heat, or rather, pull it out of other parts, it means I can take more hits. So, essentially, unless the explosive force of the weapon is enough to overmatch the crash tolerance of my parts, which, if they which they have to get past the armor plating to do first anyway, then I can take missile hit after missile hit. I think my record for hits that this plane has taken, right to the belly mind you, is I think 4 SAMs. And that record was set basically as a metric of how many hits can I take before I just get fed up and just demolish the SAM site. And the record was 4. I took 4 hits before I decided to just put this little kid out of his misery. I'm just like, you're done. Let's go to the low side run. Fire! And of course, in real life, the A-10's survivability is second to none. I mean, you show me another aircraft that can keep flying with half a wing, an entire engine missing, gone, and no hydraulic fluid on the aircraft whatsoever. Half a wing missing, an entire engine gone, and no hydraulics. Show me another aircraft that can do that. Yeah. And the thing doesn't even need landing gear to land. Fairchild Republic really brought a winner onto the battlefield with the A-10. I mean, yeah, nowadays it is showing its age a bit, that it can't immediately demolish anything it comes across. That's more of a failure of its weapon systems than the airframe itself. I mean, update the ammunition for its cannon, update the weapons that it carries, make it so that it can take on anything it can find again. Because, yeah, it can still take hit after hit after hit and keep pilots alive and keep putting weapons on target. I still love the story of when this plane was in development and they were testing the GAU 8 cannon. The thing off-gasses so much that during testing they would fire it for about a 3-second burst, and it would actually, the smoke from the gun would actually choke the engines and they would shut down. So to fix that, they basically wired in to the trigger the starter igniters for the engines. So whenever the gun is fired, the engines are being auto-ignited, so they can't stall. Because there's no way to stop these massive diameter fans from sucking in the gases from this massive gun. You can't do that. So the next best thing is to set the igniters going so that if they do stall, they start up immediately. So after a fashion, the A-10 could shoot itself down. Come on, power on, power on, power on. That's it. There you go. Flying on trims and KSP is a bit of a finicky experience. Like, watch this. I'll pull the gear in. Well, and like, yeah, there's fire and everything. It really only lost like one control surface. I would show a full belly landing of this thing, but yeah, kind of over it at this point. So, yay for random stream. At this point I am still on for Fallout on Saturday, so I'll see you all then. Shell, I hope you get at least some sleep tonight. So, yeah. See y'all later.